everyone. Alright, you guys. So this video is called Saggy Clothes and Tight Clothes. And basically, we're going to be discussing, men who wear the baggy, shirts and the pants and the hat, kind of walk around kind of thuggish, thinking it's stylish and okay, and it's not cool. And then we're going to talk about the women, and how they're wearing those tight dresses and stuff, or tight skirts, or they got a real short, or the dresses are really short to where they stop about right here, or the skirt stops right here, or they're wearing shorts that's so short that you can kind of see that they stop right here to the point where you can see their behind. They don't have to be in there, you just see it. And so and the reason I'm gonna talk about that because it's very important, because to me that all has to do with not about that all has to do with women not knowing their value and their worth, and men thinking that this is what a man is. You know what I'm saying? So starting with the men with the bad clothes and the baggy shirts, baggy pants, and the hats and the hoods and all that stuff, thinking that's a man. It's like, this is a man, this is how a man's supposed to dress, how he's supposed to act, he's supposed to have 2 or 3 girlfriends, or go 2 or 3 baby mamas, having all these kids, all these different women. And that's not a man at all. Especially not a man of God. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a man of God. And a lot of men when they're teenage boys learn how to be a man based on what they see on television, or their friends, or their peers. Because we're not taking the time as parents, especially African American parents, to talk to our kids, explain to them how they're supposed to be as a man, and what a man is. It's not this or that. So we have to take the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for us to have the conversation first before they go into high school, because you don't want your kids to feel like, okay, let me go to my friends because they have the answers. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your kids learning from their friends who are the same age as them, that is going to lead down that path. You want them to already know, so when their friend comes to them, they have a counter answer, they have a response to that. They need to be able to have something to counter that temptation. When someone comes saying, hey, this is how you're supposed to do it, this is how you get a girl, you got to, you got to have the nice car, and you got to be thugged out when you dress in, and you got to cheer like this, and she's supposed to have, you're supposed to have a whole bunch of baby moms and have a whole bunch of babies, and that's not life. That's not what God has for a man. And it's also about appearance, because when you dress that way, there's an appearance that you're giving off. So sometimes you got to take accountability and responsibility when you're being racially profiled or attacked, because and all that prejudgment or the misconceptions, but you have to take responsibility, for your actions. You get and the actions or what happened. You got to say, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should dress a little bit better. I shouldn't have had it on, because had I not been dressed that, they probably wouldn't have thought that way, and they probably felt a little bit more safe. You got to take responsibility. You really can't blame some people, because there was a time that when people were dressing like that, people were thuggish, people were a danger to people. You couldn't trust a person that was dressing like that. You know what I mean? So so you have to kind of take responsibility, because it's your appearance. So you can't be so mad like they taking me in the year, but at the same, so it's like, so when you go out and you dress, make sure you have like a dress shirt with some dress pants, or you can wear a dress shirt with a collar with some jeans, a dress shirt with a collar with some dress pants, and make sure your jeans fit you and you look nice when you go out there, stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about being targeted, to kind of take action, dress where you're supposed to dress. No real man of God would dress that way and act that way, because that's not what you need. That's not a man. A man's someone whose clothes fit him and they're suited to him, and he looks nice, and they don't, you're not scaring people, and his hair is nice, I'm not really a fan of the dress, but that's your first fine, but I feel, either having your hair cut, or either no hair at all, or, just nice little, haircut type style, so I feel that that's bigger than these dresses and stuff going on, because a lot of places, get a job with dressing here. So you kind of, you want to be, people have the right to feel safe and know that when they see, oh, down to where you're not a threat. If you want people, when they see you and look at you, not assume that you're a threat or feel they say, you kind of have to dress that way or appear that way. Because it's harder to get someone to hear you and see that, oh, you're not a threat when you're dressed all baggy, with a baggy shirt, baggy pants, and the hat and stuff like that. But if you sit there and you don't have any of that on, and you dress like a gentleman, with a nice suit on, some dress pants, and a collar shirt, or a collar shirt with some jeans, it makes people feel a little more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And you probably won't get targeted as much. So you got that accountability when you're being targeted or somebody feels that you're a threat or somebody's clutching something. Like, because there was a time where people just like they were a threat to not just Caucasian people, but African Americans as well. Because not just Caucasian people, they're act the way African Americans. Because we got some people that stick their nose up at their own people, dressing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just Caucasian people. You know what I'm saying? There's no accountability to go around. You know, we can't act like we don't sit there and turn our nose down on our own people, because we do. So the next one is the women. And where they wearing, like I said, the tight dresses. That starts right here. I mean, because I was, my sister had a birthday party at a club. I don't know the dude because that's not me, but because the birthday, that's okay, I go out. So I go out, and there was this girl, and she had this dress on there. It was so short, it was ridiculous. I mean, it started right here. Then on top of that, it had holes in it. You know what I'm saying? So you're showing parts, you know what I'm saying? Dress had holes in it. She didn't wear it to her knees. Now you're showing parts of your body. Showing parts of your body and stuff because it has your holes and you see them bra, all that, you know. So that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That you feel, because a lot of women are dressed like that, they feel like they feel that their value and their worth is in between their legs. So they basically are showcasing their value, like this is my value down here and stuff, and feeling like this is how, this is a woman, just like how a man, like this is how a man's supposed to be, or this is a man. You know, you get your friends saying, oh, you know, a man someone does this. So they feel a woman is somebody who sits there and dressed like this and allows a whole bunch of guys to sleep with her and she has all these baby dads, and that's not a woman. So you're sitting there and you have skirt up to here or dress that stops up to here, or you're wearing shorts, or you got your tight pants on that's so tight that you can kind of see like camel toe. You know what I'm saying? Then they're wearing shorts that's so short that their butts actually hanging out and you can see it. If they didn't have to bend over, you see it. And a lot of times women don't realize that when you're doing it, you're actually advertising to a man that you're either that you'll put out, or that you want to have sex, or you looking to have sex, or looking to get into something tonight. So you kind of got to take accountability a little bit. Now, if somebody attacks you, so like you don't take accountability for that. Because no matter how you dress, a person shouldn't assume that's what you want, and I don't need your permission. Like, this makes sense for me to ask you because you're clearly telling me. No, when you're dressing like that, you're not telling the man that you're interested. But however, you have to understand a man's mindset. You know what I'm saying? That man's not gonna respect you when you dress like that. You know, so you want a man to respect you and treat you good, and respect you as a woman, and see that you're this, but you're not dressing respectfully because you think your value is down below. Your value is in between your ears, and so we kind of have to stop all that, you know, because we don't realize that we are advertising to men, especially walking out there. And the thing about a man doesn't know the difference between, a man can't look at you, but oh, that's not a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? So a man doesn't know the difference between a prostitute, somebody's wearing something because they want to look cute and be nice and they're out with their friends. You know, especially if it's not time you walking with them. They'll think you're a prostitute, especially if you have on. I had on a pair of shorts, and my shorts are never short. I always wear mine, but they start to about like right here. You know, they're kind of long. They stop to about, let's see, I have about right here, but it's not my butt, but it stops about like right here. And I had on like this t-shirt, but I was completely covered up my whole time. You know, you couldn't see it with nothing was low cut. And it was one of those short sleeve t-shirts, just like one of those what they call them. Graffiti t-shirts, I can't think of the name right now. A graffiti t-shirt was one of those, but in a short sleeve. In the summertime, it was hot. Then I had some sneakers. I was walking somewhere. I had that on, and the guy assumed that he looked at that as like, and he was aroused by that. That's how shorts, and my shorts weren't even that short. And this guy saw me, stuff like that, and he you know what I'm saying, just to have that on, a guy would think so. And my shirts are not even that short, because I don't wear booty shorts at all. You know, let's stop right at the booty. Mine are at appropriate level. And I had that on. At that turn of God, I was just walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Seeing me in that, he probably was assuming that I was a prostitute. You know, and he saw me, he pulled us to the side and asked me. I said, no, I'm going to ride, I'm good, whatever. Because I was saying I was good. Stuff like that. Because one thing I'm gonna get caught somebody I don't know, you know, especially like that. Because I'm in it. Because a man, it doesn't take much for a man to be turned on or be attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can have on t-shirt and shorts, and man just turned on. Because men get turned on off of anything, especially if they think as a woman you're very attractive and they like your body, they're gonna be turning on guards no matter what you have on. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful and careful what you wear and what you put on. You have to respect yourself more. You can't say you respect yourself when you're out here half naked showing your body, or you're not somebody to see what you that hasn't really done anything, that doesn't deserve you, or hasn't really proved his love to you. You know what I'm saying? Or it's you just hooking up with guys at clubs, doing these one night stands and hookups at clubs, and not even looking for relationships. They're thinking that's okay. It's not okay. You know, got all these baby dads. It's not okay. You know what I'm saying? That type of dress is not acceptable. And so, because you know, if you was going to work to have a job, you couldn't just like that at your job. You know what I'm saying? It's not appropriate. So you can't allow people to convince you or to think that it's appropriate to sit here and wear something like that, because it's not. That's appropriate to cook something like, to wear something like that when it's not. And you don't want, you know what I'm saying, we gotta stop a lot of men thinking that the way he's acting and stringing women along, that's not a man. We gotta stop letting men think that this is a man, this is what he does, this is how a man acts. You know what I'm saying? They have questions telling the truth. This is how a real man, a mature man is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? This is the character that he had. He's a man of God, he loves God, he fears God. You know what I'm saying? He believes in equality, he respects his woman, he doesn't string her along. He sees our value. He sees our value. When he sees our value and worth, he definitely, you know, he does right by her, and definitely treats her real good, and gives her what she deserves. You know, and you know, a lot of women, you can't sit there and get upset and mad when a man doesn't respect you. But it's like, you know, if you sit there, you can't sit there and allow a man to hook up with you after 2 months, and also now you demand the respect, and oh, now you want a ring, and so it doesn't work. You sit there and allow that man to get the milk without paying for it. You let him just milk you out, take everything, and you constantly putting that to him and giving to him. You got some people are putting out to men for 10 plus years, 6 plus years, or whatever, and not getting anything in return, not getting nowhere, but you want to be married. But you should have thought about that before you put yourself out there. But that's going to be also another video. You know what I'm saying? About, you know, something else we were touching that. Hopefully we'll get to that in a couple of days. But that's all them. But you know, we sit here and then when a man doesn't marry, you don't understand. When you're a lot of that man, you sit there. First of all, you shouldn't live with somebody you're not married to. So you're living with this person, and on top of that, you have sex with the person. Why would a man feel like he would have to marry you if he's already getting what he wants? You know what I'm saying? He's living with you, he's paying your bills, you put it out to him. There's no point in me paying for the cow when you're already giving me the milk. You know what I'm saying? So that's the case. Don't make him pay for the cow. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to sit there, if you want a man to marry, he has to sit there and, you know, put out to him. He has to earn it, prove himself to you, and earn it. You know what I'm saying? And marry you. You know what I'm saying? You're, like my pastor said, you are a diamond. Okay? He has to dig for you. Okay? Dig deep for you if he wants to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Let the standards be known. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people dressing that way, they have low self-esteem. That's low self-esteem because they're trying to be somebody that they're not, and they don't think they deserve better or good. You know, because a lot of people who are like that, they deserve the person that dress like that. If you dress in 30s bag, you deserve the girl that got a skin tight dress on, whatever like that. Because no woman who respects herself as classy as a Christian loves the Lord is going to sit there and be able to tolerate it. It's going to give her nerves that she's going to sit there and give you an ultimatum. When you don't do it, she's gone. You know, so God has chosen each person for everyone. God has a man for you, God has a woman for you. So never try to force something that's supposed to be. Because that might not be who God has for you. That might not be the person that God has chosen for you. So I challenge you to take some time to figure out who you are and your identity, and stand true to your identity, who you are, and to realize your value and your worth is in between your ears and not between your legs. And to fight for your respect and demand your respect back and change your whole entire lifestyle to being a better you, to being a better man, to being a better woman. And seeing that how your ways and how you live is not okay and not acceptable. And because a lot of men and women are being hurt by this lifestyle. It's very hard for women like me to find a good man, or it's hard for a man that's similar to me to find a good woman like that, because we live in a world where it's over sex, where people are constantly have sex with people that they're not married to, and we're no longer saying that it's okay and it's not. But that'd be a whole different topic in another video. But take that chance I dish out to you. Again, my videos are on YouTube.com/Alicia Yancey. That's my channel. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find it that way, it's easier to just go to YouTube and search in the search part of YouTube. Type in my name, and it should come right on up. God bless you. I love you. Change.